Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
So, good afternoon, sir and classmates. So, for today, we will present a case study of tourist travel and risk with regards to a crisis impact of COVID-19 in the tourism and hospitality industry.
The flow of our presentation is first the introduction, second the issues underlying the problems, third the alternative solution to the problem, next the conclusion, and the last one is the recommendation.
Tourism and hospitality is an industry that promotes travel business, accommodating tourists and attracting tourists to visit a place. This business sector has created job opportunities to people, increased income of the localities in terms of tax return, and contributed to increase of gross national product of the country. When COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 hits worldwide, the tourism and hospitality industry was greatly affected. Resorts and hotels shut down that affected thousands of workers, which in general context affected the economic activities worldwide. The main problem of the case, because of health protocols and restrictions, resulted to decrease of clients of hotels, restaurants that are within the resorts. Retrenchment of workers affected the source of income of the families involved. Lesser travelers visiting tourist destination because of required health protocols such antigen tests, swab tests, and vaccination. In general, the economic activities nationwide were affected mainly because of COVID-19 pandemic. And the next will be discussed by Hannah Faith.
Thank you, Ms. Rhea Luz. So now let's proceed to the issues underlying the problem. Today's era comes in the digital age where networking and social media become a major necessity for our day-to-day life. For any information or news, we tend to approach such platforms where the chances are high that we can get exposed to false information, and most likely in the cases of the COVID-19 pandemic, all platforms of social media had information connecting to its origin, spread cure, precaution vaccines, and some of them were correct, but most of them were fake news, which was creating a panic situation among people. COVID-19 started at the start of May month 2021, and it is more aggressive than the first one because the COVID-19 virus is mutating very rapidly and affecting the lungs and immune system of human body. Due to this, people require ventilator for breathing oxygen, and the most effective state are Maharashtra, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Dhaka, and Tamil Nadu. In the flows of the COVID second waves, the country healthcare system and economic structure totally is collapsed, which also showed the poor infrastructure. It is very crucial for any country to develop and maintain the health facilities at the vast scale of the peoples. Travel and tourism are among the worst effective industries, which worldwide demand plummeting as a result of worldwide travel instruction. including the closures of several borders to control the infections and comprehension to the same period last year. This study aims to explore the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on tourism travel risk driven on the effective of pandemic, investigate tourist travel risk. Perception had a significant association service, transportation patterns, distribution channels, avoidance of the overpopulated destination, and hygiene and safety. So, thank you, and that's all for the issues underlying the problems. And let's proceed to Miss Abigail.
Okay, thank you, Hannah. So, on this slide, we're gonna talk about the alternative solutions to the problem. To the tourist travel risk and management views, the COVID-19 pandemic has had a significant impact on risk management, service delivery, travel pattern, distribution channel, avoidance of overcrowded destinations, hygiene, and safety, according to the existing study. So, the effect of COVID-19 pandemic spreads through human-to-human transmission. The good news is that there are organizations like the Global Sustainable Tourism Council and the International Ecotourism Society are providing leadership or sustainable tourism. And more good news is that sustainable tourism practices are also good for business and can add significant revenue to a company's bottom line. There is an alternative solution for people. There is a pressing need to speed up the trials and develop a sustainable vaccination. This will aid in the containment of COVID-19 cases, allowing the government to take appropriate action. So, when COVID-19 instant stops spreading, the solution, and not the people or the tourists, but also the economy will improve. Commercial activities will increase, hotels and hospitality industries will recover. On the other hand, avoiding overcrowded areas may be a viable option for reducing illness. So the perception of travel risk and management has a good impact on cleanliness and safety. So on the next slide, we have Justine Ayana. Justine.
Thank you, Ms. Abigail Bitonia. Tourism continues to be one of the sectors hardest hit by the coronavirus pandemic, and the outlook remains highly uncertain. Destinations that rely heavily on international, business, and events tourism are particularly struggling, with many coastal, regional, and rural areas faring better than cities. Indeed, it's killing the tourism industries. Airlines are nearly empty. Cruise ships are idle. Restaurants and hotels are nearly empty. Shops are closed. Even places where beaches are open only allow people to exercise and fish. The survival of businesses throughout the tourism ecotourism is at risk without continued government support, and although governments have taken impressive action to caution the blow to tourism, to minimize job losses, and to build recovery in 2021 and beyond, more needs to be done and in a more coordinated way. With the support of the government, it helps for the recovery of the tourism industries, and these are some of their key priorities: restoring travel confidence, supporting tourism businesses to adapt and survive, promoting domestic tourism and supporting safe return of international tourism, providing clear information to travelers and businesses, and limiting uncertainty to the extent possible. And last one, building more resilient and sustainable tourism. The crisis is an opportunity to rethink tourism for the future. Tourism is at a crossroads, and the measures put in place today will shape the tourism of tomorrow. Governments need to consider the long-term implications of the crisis, while capitalizing on the digitalization, supporting the low-carbon transition, and promoting the structural transformation needed to build a stronger, more sustainable, and resilient tourism economy. From what happens to the tourism industry, whether good or bad, it leaves a lesson, and it shaped the tourism industry to become more better and always ready for the crisis may face ahead. That's all. Thank you. The next presenter is Masin J. Pable.
So, thank you, Miss Justiniana. So, recommendation. The findings reveal that COVID-19 pandemic has greatly affected travel risk and management perceptions. Travel risk and management perception had a significant association with risk management, service delivery, transportation patterns, distribution channels, avoidance of overpolluted destinations, and hygiene and safety. The results also identified the mitigating effect of travel risk and management perceptions. The finding of this study contributes to tourism crisis and provides future research insights in the travel and tourism sector and response to change tourist travel risk and management perceptions in the post-COVID recovery period. That's all. Thank you.